Okay, so good evening, everybody. My name is Zola, and I'm here to talk about eating dirt. Just kidding. So sorry to disappoint, but hey, if any current or prospective 490 students are looking for a fun and unique capstone project idea, you're welcome. Okay, so in all seriousness, I'm going to focus on a topic that is equally as exciting and important: early childhood environmental education and its broader implications. So let's dive in. Um, so we're going to explore how educating learners about the world around them can shape not only their understanding of nature, but also their role as stewards of our planet's future. Okay, so starting off, let's look at the background section. Modern technology and social norms are creating a detachment from the natural world, leading to a lack of deep understanding and connection with the natural world. This lack of attachment to nature encourages harmful systems that do not prioritize the needs of current or future generations. We're talking about things like resource exploitation, the prevalence of the linear waste system, and destruction of ecosystems, just to name a few. In essence, any human activity that contributes to an increasingly unstable environment. So environmental education has emerged as a crucial tool in supporting a deeper appreciation and understanding of the natural world. The teaching methodologies associated with environmental education significantly impact the internalization of this knowledge and its information as information is absorbed, processed, and applied by participants. In other words, they are the key to ensuring that knowledge is gained from environmental education isn't just surface level, but rather deeply internalized and impactful. So this brings us to my research question. What are the implications of environmental education teaching methodologies on content internalization and its influences on feeling towards the natural world? I know that's a bit of a mouthful, so let's break it down. I specifically wanted to analyze how strategies employed by the style of teaching impact participants. Content internalization serves as a great way to measure how this, in a basic sense. How do these methods encourage students to remember what's being taught? And what are the broader implications of this? How does this engagement with material influence a learner's feelings towards the environment? By breaking these questions down, we can gain a valuable insight, not only into environmental education and its delivery, but also how it shapes individual perception and connection to the natural world. Okay, so to better understand this, let's take a look at my internship and methodology section. I interned with the Chrysalis Forest School, which is a small Seattle-based outdoor program geared towards children between the ages of 3 and 9 years old. Here I managed small groups of learners as well as assisted with larger lessons and activities. My time at the Chrysalis Forest School allowed me to better understand the fundamental aspects of environmental education firsthand. While the exact number of pillars may depend on who you ask, I chose to break them down into 3 main aspects. So first, exploring outdoor spaces. This one is relatively self-explanatory. It involves students spending time and learning in natural environments and fostering a direct connection with the world around them. Next is participatory learning methodologies. This means students are able to interact with the content being taught by engaging multiple of their 5 senses. So that would be taste, touch, sight, hearing, and smell. Okay, so lastly, we have the holistic analysis of content being taught. This entails demonstrating the interconnectedness of natural systems, highlighting how all systems rely on one another. Students gain insight into broader implications of the environment and their place within it. So my research mainly focused on analyzing pre-existing studies, the scientific papers focusing on environmental education and brain function processes, specifically that of early childhood education. A lot of my research focused on young children interacting with the world around them and how it supports physical and mental development. Additionally, I was able to note how children are influenced by these pillars of environmental education. Okay, so moving on to the results section. As I previously mentioned, environmental education is based on hands-on learning approach, which encourages active participation with the content being taught. As I said, the style of education encourages the activation of the 5 senses. The sensory stimulation encourages the formation of neural pathways which support long-term memory storage. In summary, the style of learning uses methods that actively support content retention and knowledge internalization. Okay, so environmental education also encourages positive physical and mental development, which has lasting influence on its participants. Time spent outdoors is associated with the introduction of diverse and more challenging terrain, which is especially good for encouraging muscle development and coordination with young participants growing up in urban environments. It takes a place in an environment that supports pattern recognition and spatial awareness skills. Lastly, it is associated with positive mental health outcomes that are linked to self-regulatory behaviors, which is especially important with young participants who are not as experienced with self-soothing techniques. Um, and finally, the style of teaching promotes an appreciation for nature and cultivates environmental behaviors by facilitating positive and informative experiences in natural spaces. By immersing students in the natural world, environmental education instills a deep respect for the environment and encourages actions that contribute to its preservation. So, as you can see, I also included some pictures that I took during my internship, and I think it shows a variety of ways in which young children interact with each other and their environment around them. Okay, so this finally leads us to our significance section. How did the results of the study align with the fundamental principles of environmental education addressed in the background section? Participatory learning actively engages students directly, which enhances knowledge retention and long-term memory storage. This addresses the societal detachment from nature by encouraging hands-on engagement with the environment. Additionally, the holistic framework encourages a broader understanding of natural systems, which improves critical thinking, pattern recognition, and self-regulatory behaviors. These tools allow for individuals to navigate complex environmental issues. And environmental engagement through education fosters a deep appreciation of the value and importance of nature. This sense of responsibility towards the environment encourages participants to become advocates for positive environmental change. Implementation of the above pillars in education contributes to the construction of a more environmentally conscious society. Each individual can become an agent of positive change and collectively encourage a more sustainable future. So quickly, I would like to thank the Program of the Environment, also Nicolette Riggins and the Crystal Sports School for welcoming me into the community and allowing me to work with its wonderful staff and students. I'd also like to thank Astra Bryant for all of her help and my family and friends for all the support. It was definitely not an easy process, but I felt the support. So thank you so much for listening. If anyone has any questions or wants to discuss anything further, I know I did not leave a lot of time, but please feel free to unmute or drop a question in the chat. Thank you.